Hello everyone, the 1966 kid here, and today we'll be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing an unboxing video. Over the past few years, I have been collecting some of the die-cast Thomas merchandise, and today we'll be opening some of these up to celebrate hitting 100 subscribers. So let's get started. Alright everyone, to get things started, we'll be unboxing Firely Flynn. Now on the packaging, there's the big Firely Flynn face, which is nice that each character gets their own custom packaging. And on the back, you have the name Firely Flynn and a bunch of information. So let's get this model out of its box. There we go. Oh, it's pretty easy. There we go. Alright, so here's Firely Flynn. Well, let's look at the front. Firely Flynn, it's got a bit of a nice face, a bit of a glare. It's got this nice detail at the top. His ladder moves up and down. I like the coloring on him. On the bottom it says Flynn. He's got gray on the bottom. And he's kind of a lighter red, more of an orangish color. He comes with his little water tanker. I wish they would make his other one, because this is his road variant. He has his road wheels on him. I wish they would do his rail container, of which you could see with the Trackmaster engines. But all in all, it's a nice little thing. I mean, it's pretty much made out of plastic. This is a bit more die-cast, but this is light. It doesn't have a name on the bottom, and it just has this hook. I prefer the magnet type. It's got this detailing on the bottom. Magnet hook. And all in all, it's a bad model. It's got a little axe on the side here. Little ropes. It's not a bad model. I prefer the take-along version, which I have right over here. So here's the two models right next to each other. As you can see, there is a extremely major size difference. As you can see, the wagons are very, very different. I guess this is supposed to be the controls on the back of here. It's lacking some of these gray details. As for the Flynns, Flynn has his dual mode wheels and is much bigger. His ladder can go up and down, but also do a full 360 when his ladder can just go up and down. Missing silver detail back here, and he's just so much smaller. This looks so much cooler. He's got the extended covering over top. Flynn just has this cans mounted on his roof. Judging by the faces, this is an okay face, and this is a nice face. I mean, they're not exactly perfect. Each one has a little bit of a flaw. All in all, they're not bad models. This is a rather nice model for kids wanting to get a Firely Flynn, even though I prefer this one. So there was Firely Flynn. Alright, next one up, we'll be unboxing Hong Mei. This is the Adventures version, which is different from the take-along version. Packaging. I like this packaging. It's got the nice clouds On the back, we have the Steam team. Got Henry, and we're just cut off. Sad. It's got all the information. It says metal engine up at the top. And again, has her face. So let's get Hong Mei out of here. Here we have her. Alright, so taking a closer look at her, you can see that she's got a nice face. I like her face. It's very Hong Mei-ish looking. She's got a nice glossy job, which sunlight reflects off very nicely. On her side here, we have the Chinese writing for the number 1, which I thought was a rather cool little thing to do, seeing the number 1 written in an original language. She's got her buffers. On the side, they're not painted. She has a little lamp, which is something kind of cool because, like, on a normal Thomas engine model like Thomas here, they've never received lamps, so it's kind of cool seeing a little lamp on the back of Hong Mei. She's got her nice little boilers. She's got the nice slope. She's got her piston rod, which is a nice little detail. It says Hong Mei on the bottom. She's got her magnets, which turn. Just a little stiff. She's got her coal in the back, which part of it missed, but that's okay. She's got her funnel, but it's just one big piece of plastic instead of a normal hole down the middle. And then she's got this really nice lamp. She's a very, very nice model, and I like her a lot. Really glad I picked her up. Alright, next one up was one that I just love this one. It's salty, but with a very interesting paint job. On the side here we get a nice little rendition of Salty in this livery. On the back, the typical stuff. This is one of the push-along models. So let's waste no more time. There's the model. Alright, so taking a look at him, he looks very different, but it's a good different. On the bottom, he has a Transient chassis with his name on the bottom. He's got this nice red and black color scheme, and he's got this bit of a checker pattern on the top, checker pattern. He's got his stripes on the side. He's like a nice, like, not really glossy gray, as you can see. It's more of a matty looking job. He's got his extended buffers on the side. And he's got his normal painted buffers. He's got this nice detailing, his name. His face, though, it's nice, but most of the models I saw in store were all missing a bit of paint, as you can see right here on his nose. It's not fully completed. Most of the push-along models, that come out anymore, most of the time are factory errors. Here he is next to his TV series appearance. We can see just the night and day contrast of these color schemes. Kind of reminds me of the green Salty, but this one's a black and red Salty. Pretty much the same details, just different colors. As you can see right here, he's got his number, it's just really small, 2991, which is the same on his take and play model. Now you might be wondering why I got this Salty. Well, Given the name 1966 Kids, you're probably wondering why I picked it. Well, he resembles a lot of why he named it. He looks just like the 1960s Batmobile. Hence why our channel is named the 1966 Kids. It's Batman, 1966. So I just love this Salty, because he looks just like the Batmobile. Alright, next model up is this very retro looking Thomas. On the side we see him in his rendition, and just like the Salty with his coloring and everything, the top of his box has a little detail, just like his box at the top. His name's on the side, all that information. It's a nice little box. Let's see. There he is. Alright. Let's take a look at this model. Well, by first glance, he is very rainbow. He's got the number 1 on his cab with all these little pink spots. He's got more of like a light blue, baby blue kind of color. He's got this glitter dark blue chassis with his name. Same with his smoke box. It's got this glittery light blue finish. He's got his number 1 with all these crazy stripes. When you rub your finger over it, you can feel the bumps of the lines. He's got his stripes on the top, but they're all black. His running board is yellow, and his buffers are left unpainted. He doesn't have a lamp like Hong Mei. His face, I absolutely love the CGI Thomas face and how well it looks on the die-cast models. It's a very stark contrast from the CGI take-along, push-along models. Here's Thomas right next to his counterpart. It's just night and day looking at these two models together. Just so different. I like this model. I've got plans to do videos with him and Salty in the near future. It'll be a surprise. I think you're all gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I think you all are gonna like it. Alright, next engine up is our only Trackmaster Rosie in this type of form of packaging. It's the red Rosie. At the top, Rosie's got her little push-along logo and her picture in a circle. In the back, you can see some of the other engines you can get and the new reason why the toys were changed to this. You have Thomas, Percy, and Bash, which are all models you can own. I do not own these types of models. I own the original diecast, which is what I prefer. It says it's a metal engine. This ways no more time in unboxing it. It's a special helper.
I'm going to be unboxing Rosie.
Get your thumb in the pocket there. There we go. Alright, taking a closer look at the model. She's got a nice little face. It's a very Rosie looking face, but one that doesn't look intimidating. Her boiler is shortened down, unlike her original model, which I'll show later. But one thing different though about the original model is that it's in her pink livery. Well, this one's her new CGI livery, which I quite like. She's got the number 37, because she was the 37th staring agent to be introduced. She's got the title NWR on her side. She's got a little lamp, and her funnel, which actually has a hole in it, which the Thomas had. She's got a little lamp on the back, and nice detailing in the back of her smoke box, or smoke bunker, not coal. This is the smoke box, coal bunker. She's got coal on the back. She's got her little square rising on her roof, and she's got nice white line detailing. She's got her name on the bottom. Now we're going to bring in her original model. As you can see, a lot different. This model also has a nice face, but the eyes are more put inside the face, while this one's eyes are a bit more out. She actually doesn't have a hole in her funnel. Surprising. She has a nice funnel though. I like the taller funnel. But this one has the nice 3 domes, and she's actually a bit smaller by just a hair. Probably this part right here makes her look so much smaller. They have the little climbing doors. It's amazing just to see the original model next to its new model and see that most of the time it still keeps the original things, just in a different perspective or in a smaller portion. Like this square is digged in while this one here is digged out. She actually has windows on her back, which this one doesn't. She's got a nice tall cab. This one still has a cab and all the details just squished, which I don't know why they are making them squished. But all in all, Red Rosie's a very nice model for someone like me who doesn't want to go and customize a Rosie and just likes to use what is in stores. So there's Rosie. Next up is a very, very controversial item. It is the Reboot Thomas. Information on the back. It's got the new Thomas right here. Inside the packaging. I mean, it's not terrible packaging, but it's not what we wish. So let's get this open and take a look at what Mattel now offers us as the new current Thomas toy. Alright, so at first look, I will say he's visually pleasing, given that he's supposed to look like his counterpart from the show. He doesn't look jarring like perhaps this Thomas would with the shortened down features. But still, we don't want this type of Thomas. He's got his face. One thing I will say that I do like about these new models, for instance with Percy, which I keep in his box, this screw right here, I believe on almost all these models, you can unscrew it and their smoke boxes will come up and you can easily remove their faces. For people like me who likes to make the engines have facial expressions, you can easily print out faces for these and put your own expressions on them, which is something I want to do when I make my reboot shorts, which will be bashing these characters, but they do look nice together. I do kind of like the wheels and how they have this color. And all in all, I do like how these look in terms of toys, for kids who will appreciate the new show, they at least have models that look rather nice, kind of like how we got Ertl and these. We can see Thomas is inherently not as big as the Reboot Thomas, but yeah, he's got extended buffers at the front. He's got his coal box, which is one piece. He's got his coal on the back and this entirely black section, which is normally always blue on every other single Thomas model there is. He's got his number 1, his red stripes. He's got a nice huge hole in his funnel. He's got his 2 whistles, like Percy has his own whistle. Kind of look like the whistles come out. They're just separate from the actual engine. I mean, Thomas looks really nice when he rolls. He's reflective, so is Percy. They look shiny as they go about. Whatever they do now on Sodor. I like the wheel configuration on Percy next to Thomas. Normally Percy's wheels is almost identical to Thomas's wheels right here and here, but his wheels are kind of more in the middle, which looks nice. And I like the magnets, or should I say plastic hooks. They're a lighter gray compared to the darker gray hooks that the original models had. But all in all, not that bad. Just wish this wasn't the direction we decided to go. Alright, second to last one we got is Hinoshima. Hinoshima has her circle picture at the top. And I think she might have the same packaging as Rosie. I actually do. So Rosie's not the only one. On the back, we've got Kevin, which is the actual model I own. Percy, this paint splattered Thomas, and Harold. She's got her name at the top, 3 through 7 on the bottom, which is something most of these boxes probably have. Some of these just have 3+ on their side. And yeah, once again we will have a helper open this.
I'm gonna unbox Hinoshima.
She's one of your favorite characters, right? Ah,
Hinoshima.
Alright, so looking at Hinoshima, she looks nice. She looks darker than what she appeared in The Great Race and probably Big Adventures. But I don't think any Thomas model really captured the true beauty of Hinoshima perfectly. She was just too decorated of a character to come out in a toy, probably. But looking at her, she has these really nice dark purple wheels and running board. She's got the nice detail on her side. She's got a lamp on the back, like Hong Mei. And she's got this nice long smoke box. She's got this very nice face, buffers, and I want to say cowcatcher or snowplow. I like the take-along model because the original take-along, this is the Trackmaster model, so many different metal brands to keep up with. She always looks so much smaller in her take-along model next to Thomas when seeing like the Creative Collective episodes. I thought this one would be a bit better because she doesn't look small compared to Thomas. I mean, she is a bit smaller, as you can see by just a tiny bit, but not too small. And she is a bit longer than Thomas, which is something she is in the show. Trying to get a good angle. Yeah, right there. Just by a hair, just a tiny bit longer. And all in all, she's a really nice model. Glad to finally pick her up. Finally collect almost all the great race characters. Just a few left. Hinoshima was one of those left to check off the list. Alright, here is the second to last. Emily. Now this Emily, I must say, looks stunning in her packaging. She's got her face at the top, the typical information at the bottom, and all in all, she just looks very pleasing to see. Once again, we will have a cool helper help us out open this.
I'm going to be unboxing this really cool Emily. Here's the amazing Emily.
Alright, here's Emily. First off to say, she's a bit of a lighter color, which looks nice. It kind of reminds me of her season 7 kind of episode. I guess her model in general, but season 7 she just looked absolutely dazzling. The one thing that made this Emily stand out is she has the number 12 now on her tender when she finally received the NWR number 12. She has a brown running board, even on her tender. And on here, she has a nice black, I want to say this is the water tank in coal. She's got a nice coupling, typical coupling. Her tender is smaller, but still looks nice. She has a little detail of the climbing pole for her crew. Her tender says Emily on the bottom, and it has the nice little divots in the tender side. Here's Emily. She just looks nice. She's got the nice little cab. She has her 3 wheels. It's kind of weird seeing her middle wheel, not a big driving wheel. She has a really nice face and a gold topped dome, which is something kind of surprising to see that they kept. She's got a hole in her funnel. She's got a nice big printed Emily on the bottom. Her typical couplings. Her buffers, of which she does not have on her back, but yet the front of her tender has buffers, but on her back. I wonder if they flip this around. This might be, but who knows. Get her back together. Now to look at her next to her original model, once I get this tender on. There we go. Thank you. Here is the Emily's. Now, this Emily is much longer than the original, but the tender is much bigger than the original. This is a nice model. As you can see, she's a bit of a lighter green. Well, she's a bit more of a darker emerald green. She's got her inside cab, which this one doesn't. And this one has the red running board instead of the brown. I think it would have been nice to have seen a brown running board instead. This would have made this Emily model absolutely perfect. The faces, once again, the eyes, they look nice. This one has the pupils, little white pupils in it, while this one doesn't. This one, I kind of like this Emily face better than this one. But yet again, this was the take-along age, so not all the faces looked perfect, or what their counterpart was at all. This tender is a bit digged in, well this one kind of isn't. This one's more deeper than this one. But all in all, Emily's a nice model. I picked her up because of this nice number 12, which I thought would look more visually pleasing probably on a model than trying to make my own for this Emily. So it's nice to finally have our number 12 be brought to the NWR. Here it is, the last model. The fire engine. An Ertl fire engine. I was very lucky to get to pick this up. I didn't grow up with Ertl, but man, the packaging is incredible. Here we have the fire engine illustration, and the Thomas the Tank Engine Friends logo, and this nice red color scheme. It looks so nice. And on the back, it has a character card, which I really like. It reads, "The fire engine was called in to put out 2 fires in one day. James's leaking fuel trucks burst into flames, and then a fire at the workman's hut. But the fire engine had no water for the hut, so they had to use the water from Thomas and Percy's tanks." A nice little callback to that episode, which was a very intense one to see as a kid. And a historical note, which reads, "Fire engine is based on a design by the specialist fire engine builders Dennis of Glenford, Surrey." Might not be how you pronounce it. It is typical of engines turned out. It is a typical, I can't read anymore. It is a typical of engines turned out in the 1940s and 1950s. Preserved examples of Dennis's fire engines may be seen at vintage motoring events, which would be something cool to see in person. I'd like to see one of these fire engines in person. And on the side, it has a list of all the wonderful models you can collect. I like this little thing right here where it's engines number 1 through 11 all are in correct number sequence order. This looks very pleasing, and I kind of don't want to open it, but this is an unboxing video, and I got it for filming, so we have to. Oh, let's see. I've opened a few Ertl boxes, but don't want to rip up that packaging. Oh, it's got a nice little plastic covering at the back. Here is the fire engine. Alright, so here it is. And just, wow. This looks amazing. It's got nice red wheels. It's got little control circuits on the side, little square details. These little things, which I don't know. Oh, they're bells, as seen in the illustration. A nice little square right here. I don't know what that's for. Probably something important. More controls. It's got its hose pipe over here, which it doesn't have on the side. It's got the little area where people can stand on the back. Little figures, if you have any. And its ladder. You go up and all the way back. Oh, that kind of looks cool. Doesn't look like it can really stand. It's just flimsy. You can't leave it in one place and just stand there. If you wanted to have a workman, fire, try to put out a fire and stay on this ladder. I think it's supposed to be more, it's not really supposed to be like that as seen in this illustration. It's just ladders that are just sitting there. Not like how we see ladders that can rise up. It rolls really nicely. It doesn't get stuck. It doesn't drag itself along the ground like the post fan I got. It does not want to roll at all. Its wheels are just, I don't know what's up with it. But man, the vehicles that they released, they deserve more love than what they get. They deserve more stories. They're so visually amazing. The entire Ertl line was just so visually amazing. I'm glad there's still chances for us who didn't get to grow up with this amazing brand to still get to own some of these beautiful, beautiful treasures. On the bottom it has Ertl, it says Britt Allcroft, limited 1999, which I think is the same on my Postman. Oh no, 2001. But yes, this is a nice treat. A nice, beautiful, original model to conclude this unboxing video. So here it is, guys. All the models we unboxed. Except Reboot Percy. This was a rather fun experience. I've never done an unboxing video before, and it was a lot of fun. Hope you all enjoyed it. I just wanted to take a minute to just say thank you to each and every one who subscribed and watched our videos. It truly means a lot, and I just can't believe we actually hit 100. I thought that was probably something far out of sight, but we did it. And I just want to thank you all for that, and I can't wait to hit the next goal, 500 or 1,000. We'll see whatever comes first. Either blaze through 500 or hit it easily. Either way, thank you all for watching and subscribing. This is the 1966 Kid, signing out.